Okay, I can see around seven participants, but I can see only three roll numbers. Can others also please add your roll number and name?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Guta.
પણ સર તમને ટાઈમ ટેબલ મોકલ્યું એમાં તો આજે ઇંગ્લિશ છે.
Okay, there is a change in the timetable. For today, we will be teaching science, learning science on that, right?
તો સર એ નવો ટાઈમ ટેબલ ક્યારે મોકલશે?
It's not a new timetable, it's a change in the timetable for temporary. We will update you about it, right? Don't worry about it. Okay, we will wait for one more minute, and those who are remaining, they can add your roll number, write your name and roll number, so that I can take attendance. Otherwise, we will start the class. I know according to your previous timetable, we had English today, but we'll be learning science today as there is a little bit of change. It's not a change in the timetable, it's only for temporary basis. So we will learn science today. Can you hear me all?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you have already sent your name and roll number, please do not send it again. So I think most of you are present here. All those who have present here, they have sent your roll number. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Right.
Okay. Now, can you all please take out your science textbook? And can we open lesson number 14, water? Are we on the page? Lesson number 14?
Yes.
Okay. So shall we start now?
Yes.
Okay, why only one yes? What about the others?
Yes, yes, ભાઈ.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
So if we are on page number 136 and lesson number 14, water, I know we have already started this chapter in our class, but for revision, we will revise it quickly and then we will watch a video also how water is useful and what are the situations that occurs when flood like situation happens. So during the class, we learned what are the use, how much water do we use daily. We generally use water in our bathing, cooking, washing utensils, toilet, floor cleaning, in factories, at our home, in industries, in hospitals, and everywhere. We all know water is the main source of our water is ocean. We get water from ocean, and from ocean it evaporates and gets converted into the form of clouds, which comes on land and it rains, and our rivers are filled with water, and that water is what we use in our daily life. Now, before we move forward, we saw that there are two situations that may occur if there is lot of water and if there is no water. When there is lot of water and it rains heavily, we get flood like situation. So just to show you how the flood like situation is, I would like you all to watch this video that what happens when it rains very heavy and what happens. In our class I also told you to ask your parents or someone elder to remember the time scenario when there was a flood in Maua. Have you asked it?
Yes.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
asked your parents that what was the situation when there was a flood in Malan Nadi?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
તો સર અત્યારે પૂછી લો.
Okay,
હા સર હા.
good. Now let us have a look at this video which shows what would be the scenario when a flood like situation occurs. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now look at this video. When there was a
Yes.
flood in Uttarakhand, what happened? Have you seen that video?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I'll give you 2 minutes to think what would happen. Have you seen that video? Am I right? And have you observed what all things happened there? Think for 2 minutes, and then I'll ask you a question. Think about the 2 minutes scenario. What all did you observe, and what would have happened to the animals living there? That was the scenario when there was a heavy rain. What would happen to the animals that were there? We talked about human beings, but what about the animals that were there? So think for 2 minutes and then answer it.
એ સર પૂછો હવે.
Okay, have you thought about it?
Yes.
Yes.
Roll number 32.
Yes, sir.
Can you answer what would have happened to those animals who were living there?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what happened. What would have happened? Roll number 32. Hello? Okay. Next, roll number 21.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what about the animals that were living in Uttarakhand? What happened to them? Do you want me to
Sir.
repeat? Yes?
સર રોલ નંબર 22 બોલે.
Yes, say it.
જાનવરને એને પાણી આવે ને તો એ પાણીમાં એને ડૂબી જાય.
Okay, good. And what about those animals who fall
Yes,
from?
sir.
Yes?
ઉપર ચડો.
ટ્રીઝની ઉપર ચડી જાય સર.
Okay. But have you observed one thing that it was in Nainital, right? It was in Uttarakhand.
યસ
There
સર.
were a lot of mountains and hills, mountains in Uttarakhand. So there was also a fear of landslide. Do you know what landslide is?
યસ.
હિમાલયા.
નો નો સર.
No, landslide. I'm talking about landslide. Do you know what landslide is?
ઉત્તરાખંડ. ઉત્તરાખંડ.
No, that Uttarakhand is a state. But do you know what landslide is and how does it look like?
કાશ્મીર.
Beta, I'm talking about landslide and how does it look like? Have
પહાડ
you
ઉપર.
seen any,
સર.
have you seen any landslide?
નો.
નો નો
No.
નો. નો
Okay.
નો સર.
I I will share a video with you to show you how landslide, what is landslide and how it affects people. So just give me a minute. Let me share that video with you. Okay, I'll share a video with you. You can watch that video very carefully.
Yes.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This happened in Nepal.
Ya Allah.
Keep your speakers or turned off. Just watch the video and watch this truck driver very carefully what he is doing.
मुझे ले जाओ.
Have you seen this video?
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
now
Yes,
you
sir.
can now you can imagine if you are on a road near a mountain and suddenly a landslides occur. Can you see how people react?
Yes.
And
Yes.
what would be the reaction? Instead of running away, the first thing that you have to do is watch very carefully where you are going and what is happening. So I'll rewind it once again, for you to watch it. Look at the person who is on scooter. His scooter got buried in under the mud, but he was saved. Now tell me, the person standing here, this person near the landslide, is he safe or unsafe?
Unsafe.
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 Even though the
Unsafe.
landslide, even though the landslide is over, but still he is unsafe because we never know which stone or rock might fall near him. So it is better not to come close to any landslide because you don't know which part of the land will slide and go down. So it is better to move at a safer distance as soon as possible. There is no need for you to shoot the video, no need for you to be there. It's better to leave whatever you have, either vehicle or any, if you are in a car or anywhere, anything, just leave it as it is and move away from there. Because if you will stay in a vehicle, you might be get harmed. So it's better to leave everything and move to a safer distance. Now why am I saying to move at a safer distance is, can you see the truck here?
Yes.
Yes.
Suppose if you are stuck in a car, why do I say that move away from here? Watch this video and then you will realize why. Have you seen what happened to that truck?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you saw at least five videos. So you saw
Sir,
five videos. Hello?
Yes, sir.
You saw five videos, all of you,
Yes, sir.
about the landslides. Generally, landslides happen in a
Yes.
mountain region where there is a when there is a heavy rainfall,
yes.
but it can occur anytime during the season. So we have to be very careful while going on a mountain. So be careful while you are on a hill station about the landslide. When there is a warning, you have to be safe. Apart from that, you also saw the video how flood can damage and cause damage to the property and human lives. In the class, we also learned how to save ourselves from flood. The first thing is saving ourselves, and then we can help others if we have the resources. Now, moving back to our topic about the water, do you have textbook open, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Roll number 27.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you read page from page number 138? Water cycle.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you start reading?
Water cycle. Despairing trick of water. How many times have you noticed that water spilled on a floor dries up after some time? The water seems to disappear. Similarly, water disappears from wet
Disappeared.
clothes as they dry up. Figure 14.4. Water from wet roads root rooftops, and a few other places also disappear after the rains. Where does this water go?
सर ये किस में
Okay,
से
keep
रीड
reading.
कर रहा है?
From
Do you
textbook, page number
remember
138.
activity 6 in chapter 5 in which water itself dissolved in it was heated? What did we find? The water evaporated and the salt was left
Salt water.
behind. This activity gives us an idea that on heating heating water changes into its vapor. We also remains from this
Because
activity that water vapor.
we also realize
We also realize
from this
we also
activity.
realize does activity that water vapor does not carry away the salt with it. Water vapors so formed become a part of the air and cannot easily be seen. We also found that heating is essential to
Essential.
convert water into its vapor. However, we
Hmm.
have we have seen that water changes into its vapor also from the fields, roads, rooftops, and other land areas. We also discussed in chapter 5 that to obtain salt water
Salt.
from the sea, soil salt water from the sea in left in
Shallow.
shallow, shallow pits to let the water evaporate. From where does this water get the heat it needs to evaporate? Let us find out.
Okay, thank you. Now, this topic is about water cycle, but before we talk and discuss about water cycle, we need to know that water on our earth evaporates every time. It's not that during the day water evaporates, it's every time, either it's day, night, 24/7, water keeps evaporating. Now, where does the water go? Water evaporates and it disappears in atmosphere near us in the surrounding air. Water keeps evaporating continuously, but the rate of evaporation changes. Sometimes evaporation rate is faster and sometimes evaporation rate is slower. How many of you know what is evaporation?
मुझे
Do you know evaporation?
yes
Can you answer what is evaporation, please? Can you answer, please? Okay. Does anyone else know what is evaporation? Okay, I'll explain the definition of evaporation. Now, can you all hear me,
સર
right?
જે પાણી સર જે પાણી ઇવોપોરેટ થઈ જાય ને એને ઇવોપોરેશન કહેવાય.
Okay. But beta, that is the question. What is evaporation? If you wish, you can answer in Gujarati or Hindi, whatever language. But if you know, you can answer it.
સર મેં આન્સર દઉં.
Yes.
The process of changing of water into its vapor is called evaporation.
Okay, good. The changing of water into vapor form. Now, water is in liquid state and vapor is in gaseous state. So changing of water into gaseous state or into the water vapor is called evaporation. Now I told you that water vapors can be, sorry, evaporation happens all the time, but its rate can be slower or faster. Now, how can we decide whether the evaporation is happening faster or slower? If we take our clothes and dry it in a under the sun, it dries quickly. कपड़ा जल्दी सूख जाते हैं धूप में. But if you put it inside your room and instead of spreading, if you put it inside the room, it takes more time to dry. Do you understand? Right? So
Yes.
I'll explain this activity again once again. આપણે कपड़ा हम अगर कपड़े लेके उसको अगर बाहर धूप में सुखा देते तो वो जल्दी सूख जाते हैं. लेकिन वही कपड़े अगर हम लेकर उसको
Yes,
घर के
yes.
अंदर सुखाएं और उसको अगर फैलाए नहीं तो वो काफी देर बाद सूखते हैं. This shows that evaporation rate is faster
Uh,
under the sun or under the wind,
Too late to
but it
pay.
is very slow when it is inside the room. So, this activity shows that evaporation is a continuous process. It can be slow or it can be fast. Now, water keeps continuously evaporating from road, rivers, lakes, our terrace, our clothes, even from our body also, even from plants also. The evaporation from plant is called transpiration. When we feel heat, I hope you understood what is transpiration, right? When
Yes.
plants evaporate water, that process is called transpiration. When our body keeps, when we run or do jogging or play games, our body releases sweating happens in our body. Now that sweating is again a liquid water with salt that also gets evaporated. Similarly, water from ocean, water from trees, water from clothes, water from grass, water from animals, water from body of animals, water from river, water from lake, water from water tank, from everywhere, water continuously evaporates and goes into the atmosphere. So evaporation is a continuous process. But if you heat something, evaporation will be fast. If you cool something, evaporation will be less. But evaporation is a continuous process. Have you understood, all of you?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Now let's take
Yes, yes,
now let's take an
Read करूँ?
read the activity. Roll number 19.
Yes, sir.
Can you read activity 2, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Activity 2. Take two similar plates. Place one of the plates in sunlight and keep the other under shade. No, now pour equal amount of water in each of the plates. Figure point 40.5. You can use a cap of a bottle to measure water. Make sure that water does not spill over. Observe the two plates of after every 50 minutes. Does the water seem to disappear from it? Does it disappear first? What is the source of heat for this evaporation? During the daytime, the sunlight falls on he water in ocean, river, lakes, and ponds. The fields and other land areas also receive sunlight. Is a reason water from all these places continuously changes into vapor. However, the salts dissolves in the water are left behind in activity 2. Did you find that water also disappeared from the plate kept in the shade? Thought it would have taken more time. Just the heat from the sunlight which was yes during the daytime all the air surrounding us gets this warm art air
This
provides
warm air.
provides the heat for evaporation of water in the shade. Thus evaporation takes place from the all open surface of water. As a result, water vapor gets continuously added to air. However, evaporation of water in a slow process. That is why we rarely notice it's lost from a bucket full of water. In sunlight, evaporation takes place faster. On heating water on a burner, its evaporation takes place even faster. Is there any other process through which water vapor gets transferred into air? Loss
Okay,
of water
thank
by
you. That's it. Thank you. Now, in this activity, what they did was they put a plate under the sun and one plate inside the room. Now, obviously, we did with the clothes, we kept some clothes under the sun and some clothes inside the room. We know that the clothes under the sun got dried faster, and the clothes inside the room, it took more time to dry. It's the same activity, but different scenarios. Now, there are different methods also. Sometimes we dry things by heating them. Sometimes we put it under the air, under the fan. We turn on the fan in order to make it dry faster. So there are different methods of drying things, but all that happens because of evaporation. So we are clear on evaporation. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood what is evaporation, all of you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, yes.
today we stop here about the evaporation. We'll learn more about loss of water by plants. But tomorrow, next lecture, when we meet, I want all of you to think about how water disappears from different objects. For example, if you put an apple or a banana or a chiku under the sun, what will happen to it after 1 day or after 2 days? Right? So think about it and look at your observation, what happens, and then we will discuss about it later on in the next lecture. Have you understood the homework?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's it for the day. Thank you, all of you. Now you can log out.
એટલે હોમવર્ક દે છે મમ્મી કા લઉં છું મેં જો કે તમને હમણાવું ને તમને ખોટું લાગે.
સર
Okay.
કાંઈ
Have you
હોમવર્ક નથી
understood
ને
the homework or do you want me to repeat the homework?
સર રિપીટ ધ હોમવર્ક.
ઓકે તમારે તમારે બધાને બીજી વસ્તુમાં જોવાનું છે કે વોટર ઇવેપરેશન કેવી રીતે થાય. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ ફ્રૂટ્સ લઈએ અને એને આપણે 1 દિવસ કે 2 દિવસ તડકામાં રહેવા દઈએ તો કેવી રીતે એનું શું હાલ થઈ જાય, એમાંથી પાણી કેવી રીતે નીકળી જાય અને એનું શું હાલ થઈ જાય એ ઓબ્ઝર્વ કરવાનું છે. અને નેક્સ્ટ ટાઈમ આપણે જ્યારે ઓનલાઈન ક્લાસમાં મળીએ ત્યારે એ તમારું ઓબ્ઝર્વેશન તમારે અહીંયા કહેવાનું છે.
યસ સર.
અન્ડરસ્ટુડ?
યસ.
Yes, sir.
ઓકે.
Sir, understood. Sir,
Thank you.
left हो जाए.
Now you can log out or left. Now you can leave.
Sir,
Thank you, all
Khuda.
of you.
Okay, sir.
Khuda
Thank
Hafiz.
you.
ખુદાહાફિઝ સર.
Khuda Hafiz.